Hey guys, it's Jonathan Holeton, Johnny5. So this is how I did the Spider-Man yo-yo. So I used for the I'll show you. Well, for that texture of the dungeon, I used RD textures, and this is what you do: is you go File, Open. When you go to rdtextures.com. You can download, buy, or get a free one texture where you download, and I've got it in my texture. Christoph Schindler, Cobblestone. I think that's the one. Yeah, so you use this RD textures, work with V-Ray, Octane, and AR. I don't know what AR is. Okay, Octane. So bring in the Octane one, open. And then you go to Octane. Octane dialog. Okay, so there it's rendered. Let's get rid of the sphere. Okay, so there's the texture. We could import the Spider-Man. I got the Spider-Man from this place, from renderhub.com. I'll give you the link for the Spider-Man. It's free. It was made by Leico Models. Just click download and you can get it. And once you have it, you go here, www.mixammo.com, I believe it is. Okay, so you want to have, if you want to use a character, it has to be in a T pose, which means its arms are out to the sides. On the left, it's all the different motion capture motions you can use. So we're gonna upload character. It's just loading. Okay, so select character file, FBX. It can be an FBX object or zip. Go where you downloaded the Spider-Man model. FBX. Okay, so there's Spider-Man looking around. Next, click on dribble. You can change the stance height. Character arm space. Style. Let's try that. Download. Download all this. Download. Okay. So file, merge. Dribble. So for this, okay. Do you want to reassign included takes? No. Click no. Okay, so here it is. Let's see if it works. Okay, so the animation's working. I didn't render all the frames. I just rendered about 50 frames. So I only rendered up. I used what you do is you make sure you go to settings, render settings, and have it on Octane render, and you want to pick OpenEXR, JPEG, or PNG. I did PNG, and then save your file somewhere in a folder like here. This is all the stills, all the frames of it, all the PNGs, so you save it there. Here's the size, 1200 by 800. Make sure its frame range is all frames, 0 to 100. We'll just render it 30 frames. Okay. And because I ended up looping it, I looped. I went. His arms are up here, and then when his arm comes back about here, about 37. Yeah, 37. Put your range to 37. That's where you can loop. Okay, so what you do is you click the middle one to render. And then it'll render with the Octane. So you want, before you render, you're gonna have an error. You're gonna crash. See this texture of Spider-Man? That's not an Octane texture like this floor, beautiful floor. If you look at the floor, you can see there's bumps. See how nice and realistic it is. That's what you get from RD textures. For the Spider-Man texture, it's not an Octane texture. So make a Octane material, and then double click it. Go to diffuse texture, load image. Use the red classic Targa TGA. No. Okay, so we've got an Octane Spider-Man texture. Delete the old one. And so the skin mesh is clicked. Right click on the Octane texture of Spider-Man. Apply. So now it's an Octane Spider-Man texture. And you'll be able to render. You won't crash. Okay, so you press the middle one and render it. So once it's rendered, it takes a few hours to render. It took me about 4 or 5 hours. And then I brought it into After Effects. And I used the Jordan's Spider-Man technique, Spider-Man web technique, to do that web using Element 3D. So to do that, Jordan has an amazing tutorial on how to do it. There's a live action version he does that's super real. Like, I'll put the link below, and you can check it out to do it for your own videos as well. But I'll show you basically his idea. Let's make a new composition. Okay. So So let's bring in that render of the Spider-Man from Cinema 4D. Import file. Where did I save the... Okay, it's in settings. YouTube Spider-Man test. Okay, Okay, before we continue, I forgot. Would you like to learn how to do the broken ground part and doing a yo-yo with that part? That I didn't show you that part, so I could show you. I decided to try to do it, and I was able to. So to do that, you click on the floor. Okay. And I believe you want to make it editable. Click here. And you need the free plugin, this one, Throtsy. I use Throtsy. Okay, you can Google for Throtsy. And so there's Voronoi I'm going to use. And in pieces right here, there's 2. I'm going to make about 30 pieces. And then break now. Also, you could put depth, extrude this plane so there's more thickness if you want to do that. But I'm just breaking it now. There's different pieces. So see how there's little pieces? Okay, let's use this piece. Okay, so we can move that piece. Oh, by the way, we want to take off. See this is all the pieces. We want to take off the dynamics of all the pieces, because if we play it, they're all gonna fly around, I think. Oh, they're gonna fall down. Okay, they have gravity. So delete it. If you play it, it won't fall. Okay, so we selected that piece. It's near where his hand is. You can move that piece with the move. Move it up. So see, now there's a hole. So you can rotate it if you want. So anyway, that's how you do it. Okay? There's all these different pieces you can take away and stuff. Okay, so we'll go back to After Effects. Spider-Man test. So this is the sequence. Make sure it's the sequence you select, PNG sequence, or whatever sequence or your sequence is. Import, and then we've got it here. So we'll play it, preview. So see, we've got it. Oh crap. Yeah, I've got to turn that GoPro VR off on my After Effects. I turned it off in my Premiere. I think it's in preferences. Edit. Okay. So see, I've got GoPro VR checked. Let's uncheck it. Okay. So now that GoPro VR won't go on. GoPro VR is a free plugin that you can use for VR, virtual reality or 360 videos. Okay. So now is the Element 3D spider web, the Jordan's technique. Layer, new, solid, E3D, Element 3D, effect, Video Copilot element. Okay. And then click Scene Setup. And then you make a... Where are you? Create cylinder. Height. Let's do the prongs. Radius thin. Let's make it 0.005. That's way too small. 0.02. Bunch of sides, height segments. Yeah, definitely watch Jordan's tutorial. He's amazing at this stuff. This is how I learned from him. So he made a bunch of prongs for the attachment, the web part. So you duplicate these. Height. Let's make it 0.001. Okay, and then you duplicate right, duplicate model. Let's do 5 prongs. I wonder if you can move the anchor point. Because I had trouble. I did. I'll have to watch this tutorial again. But okay, so you can the tool here, rotate. And then let's rotate that one. Move it. I'm not super familiar with Element 3D, so bear with me. I'm not actually sure how you spin it. Perspective. Let's try left. Top. Okay, I'm spinning it. So this cylinder, okay, to spin it, you click on the side of the left button. So that's how you do it. Let's rotate it so it's a little more better angle. And then rotate. That one's straight up, so we gotta put it this way. I think it's going upwards. Okay, let's put web on the sides here. Like, let's put another. Right click, duplicate. Okay, rotate. Let's rotate. And it's okay if it's a little dirty. Make the height shorter. Let's duplicate that. Rotate it. Something like that. I gotta rotate it again here. Let's change the height. Duplicate. Rotate. Something like that. So let's see if we can rotate this whole thing, because it's going upwards in the scene and we want it's supposed to be upside down the other way. Wonder if we can rotate the whole thing. Yes, we can. Right on, right on. Okay, so now we need a longer one. So let's create tube height, like radius 0.0 0.02. Let's put the sides up. Height segments. Okay, so let's name it. Line. Okay, let's move it up. That's too long. Okay. There. So there's the web. Let's go OK. So it's kind of big and long. What we do is we want to make a camera, layer new camera. And then go to E3D, 3D particle replicator, particle size 10. Let's make it smaller. Let's go back and make the line longer. Wait. Line height. Move it up. Okay. Let's make the particle size smaller. Okay, let's make the line longer. Make the line longer. Height. Okay. And then rotation, particle rotation. Just play with it. So at particle replicator, there's the position. So we can move the X. Get it by the hand. Move it down to the Y. Move it up on the Y. Something like that, okay? So see how it's touching the the debris, and it's on the hand, on the wrist. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to pre-compose camera and element 3D. Layer, pre-compose. Let's call it web. Okay, so we got it here. Sorry. So that's the one I'm doing a test with to show you. Okay, so if you move it forward, it's not moving. So what I did was I used part of Jordan's technique, the puppet tool, and it made this stiff web, kind of like a web, kind of soft and liquidy, not liquidy, but kind of thready. Okay, so let's try it. Let's go to puppet tool. the edge of the prongs. Okay, there, 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 and there. And then you do frame by frame. Okay, so we look at where it's positioned on the rock. So it moved to the right of it, so we have to move it to the right. Oh, come on. We have to move it to the right of it. And then move that. So see, then so to go forward one frame, you use page down, one forward, one frame behind. If you want to go back, page up, page down to go frame by frame. Okay, so it moved down to the right again. Okay, so move to the right. Let's move this to the right, down and to the right. Kind of eyeballing it. I'm not sure how to do it where it's perfectly in the very exact place. Jordan had made it in his tutorial where you can use the camera tracker of After Effects and you get the position and use the null and you're able to do it, but I couldn't figure that out. I couldn't get my camera tracker working because it's a locked off shot. It's no camera movement. Okay, so go back, go again. So look at the movement of the rock. It's going down to the right, so move everything down to the right. And it's kind of like it's moving kind of like web. Look, so do you get the idea? It moved down to the right. Let's move it down to the right. So that's the idea. And then what you do is for the hand, you roto the hand, duplicate the footage, Control D, bring it above the web, and then you just roto, like, see where the fingers are? There's fingers here. So underneath there is the wrist. So there it is. And then press M, click the stopwatch for the mask, and you just move it. Double click it on the mask and you'll be able to. So double click, move it up. So that's the idea. I hope you like this. How it's not exactly a tutorial. It's more of a show you how to do it, and you can try it out too. And definitely check out Jordan's live action spiderweb tutorial. It's so realistic. It's unbelievable. I didn't know all the amazing stuff you can do in Element 3D. And there's a lot of resources I mentioned here, like 3dtextures.com with this see the really cool textures for Octane, and it's for other renderers as well, like V-Ray, and also the Mixamo animation for characters. You can get characters online that if you're not good at modeling yet, and animating, you can use this type of technique just to try it out and see if you can get nice renders. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out!